finally went and did it. I decided I was going to purchase a 100% American-made AK. I do own two others. They're not very good quality. I didn't really pay anything for them. I got them for dirt cheap, mostly just for testing and stuff, so I don't really count those. So I decided I was going to actually jump off the cliff and go ahead and purchase one. So the best option or value I found for my first all-American made AK is from Palmetto State Armory. Now they have their PSAK-47, which is what I've got right here. You can buy the complete rifle, such as this, off their website. Don't remember what the price is because I did not purchase it like this. It did not come like this at all. I bought what they sell. They're selling barreled receivers, which means you get the receiver with the barrel already pressed in, headspace, drilled and pinned, which means the trunnions obviously are put in. All that's 100%. You'll get the rear sight block, front gas, or the gas block and the front sight already pressed on, drilled, pinned. So you don't have to do any of that work for $379, blemished. Some people will never see a blemish whatsoever. This one's got blemishes all over it, so it actually qualifies as a blim. A lot of the paint is jacked up on it, got some little bit of rust here. It's got some ding marks where I don't know what the heck was going on, but that was obviously under the finish. So they took 20 bucks off. If you buy the non-blimmed, it's $3.99 on their website right now, February of 2017. This one was $3.79, the barreled receiver. It does come with side rail, Palmetto. Does not come with any furniture. All you're going to get for that $3.79 in the blemish kit, like I bought, is the barreled receiver, all the barrel components, as far, you know, the rear sight block, gas block, front sight block. You will get the muzzle or the slant brake. You'll get the leaf rear sight. You will get dust cover. The trigger guard already put on, that's all done. You'll get a bolt and bolt carrier. And I believe that was it. No cleaning rod, no magazine. $3.79 shipped. I think I got $3.96 into it, shipped to my FFL. I got lucky and my FFL didn't charge me. I'll buy enough stuff for me to say I don't worry about it. So that was great. So that saved me like 30 bucks. Some places get it a lot cheaper. I think Academy will do it for free. Don't know. But anyway, you get all of that. Then you got to buy, to finish it out obviously, you can buy their kits. They have starting from $99 to $139, $159, and I don't know if it's $199 or something like that. I was going to go with the $99 one to keep it all American. I was actually first going to just buy the barrel receiver, their blend kit for $3.79, and then put surplus on it. But I thought if I'm going to go all out for my first American AK, I might as well put American furniture and stuff on it too. So 2 days later I decided to purchase the MOE kit, Magpul, that you see on here, which consists of stock, pistol grip, upper, lower handguard. You will then get your selector or safety lever here. You will get the recoil spring, and you will get your trigger assembly. This is just the base end, the low model end, so it just comes with their standard trigger, hammer, and sear. You get a hammer spring, and you get a plate or pin plate, retainer plate, all in that kit. Like I said, you will not get a cleaning rod, you will not get a magazine. But they have the upper kits. You can actually get an ALG AKT trigger if you want, but you're paying like 200 bucks for everything because the triggers, those aren't cheap. They're very nice though. They're worth the money, I believe. But I figured I'd just go ahead and make it all American like you see here and give it a try. But being a blemish, like I said, it's got a few boo-boos on it. There were some issues. Nothing that's really detrimental, but there are a few things. there is a gap in between there. You're not going to see it here probably. I call it the Rob Ski gap because on his test he had one with a gap. Doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt a thing. Gap that I don't like, and I would never do when I build my kits, is there's a huge gap right there. Typically you should be able to put your fingernail in between there or a business card. This is kind of pushing it for me. I wouldn't put it that way. It's still okay, but me personally, if I was doing all the work, like I said, you don't have to with this, I wouldn't have that gap in there. Not that big a deal. Don't really like it, but it is what it is. Handguard retainer, the ring on here. It does have a sling loop. You do get a sling loop. But the notch, usually there's one notch. This one had two right next to each other. I do machine work, so I could see that it looked like, okay, we put a notch here. Nope, missed it. We're going to put a notch here. You can see the hump in the middle of it where the ball nose or the end mill or whatever went in between there. It's not a big deal. You can see it's extremely tight. Doesn't move, doesn't rattle. But I still had to take a rat tail file and file the front of it to get that lever to close over. And I still end up having to kind of hammer it down with a screwdriver, end of a screwdriver, you know, the back end of the screwdriver. So it's still kind of tight, but I'm going to leave it that way. You may not have to do that. You may not have the problem here. The biggest thing was, see that gap? It should, you go, well, you're supposed to go like that, which it works if you do that. But if you go like that, it stops. Now, the more I do this, the more broke in it's going to become. But it's just an empty chamber. Shouldn't be like that. Now, it has gotten better the more I've messed with it, because everything on here is brand new machine. All the edges are sharp. I'm used to putting parts kits together. Those things have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of rounds through them. That action has been cycled so many times that when you get it, the parts are smoothed over, all the edges, you put it together, and it's usually, typically pretty smooth right off the bat. This one is extremely gritty, sounds like crap. It hasn't been shot, other than they do test fire them at their facility. You can smell it, you can tell, yeah, it's been shot, and you can see the copper marks on the bottom, or drag marks on the bottom of the bolt. But that's a little too tight. They do say that they set them on the tight side, but I've been building a bunch of these, or I have built a lot of these. You don't want to set it that tight. I'd rather it be tight than loose, because if you set it on the loose side, you put built-in wear into it, and it just won't go as long. This way it'll go a lot longer. Plus, like I said, all the parts are extremely sharp, all the edges. So once it gets a couple hundred rounds in it, thing may be just as smooth as all get out. But we're going to give it a shot. See what it does. Empty. I think it looks pretty good, you know, for what it is, except I bought the build kit 2 days later, so I had to pay for shipping there. So all in all, this whole thing cost me out the door, or by the time I got it all together, $546. It's not bad. Now we got to take it to the range and see if everything works. Because there were a few issues with the bolt. I'm trying to not say a whole bunch of stuff. I hadn't made another video. I ramble a lot, I show stuff, and I already had almost 25 minutes in, and I hadn't even done any shooting yet. So it's like, people aren't going to sit and watch that crap. Some people will, but not everybody's going to want to watch 25 minutes, almost 30 minutes of my ugly face rambling about crap. But the bolt had a few issues. I think it'll work. If you go to the AK files, I have pictures there. I show all the breakdown on this thing, all the different things that I found wrong with it. That sounds bad. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I will find out tomorrow when I shoot it. I'll try to roll that footage in here in just a minute. But we're going to go give this thing a shot tomorrow. If you want to go to the AK files, go over there and look for it. I might put a link in the bottom and show where you can, it's like 13, 14, 15 pages now. But you can go there as a guest. You should be able to see it. And you'll see this rifle and all the stuff that I showed and pictures and stuff. So let's go shoot it. left or right. Ready?
Yeah. Way high.
Way high?
Yeah,
all right,
you're
so
good.
I'll go below now.
Yeah, you're way high.
All right, now, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as you can see, we went and shot it. Had to have a guy next to me spot for me. I had a huge silhouette target at 100 yards. Flipped around backwards so the whole back of the wood is white. Forgot how wide it is, but it's pretty wide and pretty tall. And then I had my actual target in the center of that, which was just an orange dot or circle. Oh, probably about 10 inch, 10, 12 inch at 100 yards. My first 3 shots were not even on paper. I was like, well, maybe I'm high or maybe I'm low. So I shot high, and the guy next to me told me, nope, you're way high. Then I shot low, and he goes, nope, that's a little bit low. So it was somewhat centered. Come to find out, it was shooting extremely right, way to the right. In fact, I had to push that out, and it's over. And it still shoots to the right. So even though everything's nice and straight, I actually have a jig, and I tested it, and all the parts fit in here perfect, so all of them are perfectly aligned to straight. But it will not shoot point of aim, point of impact. It shoots way to the right. I put my laser in the bore and checked it, and it's still, yeah, so the front side on this one to work with this barrel, since apparently the barrel is off center, it would have to be canted on purpose. So if people who build them is like, I want all my sights straight, well, that doesn't always work. And this one's a prime example. This one doesn't work the way it's supposed to. It's way off. I could fix it, but it's a brand new gun. I shouldn't have to pop the pins out, rotate it, or go and weld the slots back up, press it on, get it canted so it all shoots point of aim, point of impact, and then re-drill and pin it. I shouldn't have to do that since it's brand new from the factory. But apparently, as long as everything looks pretty and it's straight, America. That's why people look at me strange when I tell them, sometimes when you build these things, you got to cant this on purpose if you want to keep your post in the middle. But other than that, it did work. It chambered, it fired, it ejected. Still does that. That's just, if you do that, it goes right in there, but it's still just I only put 20 rounds in it, so add another 0 to that. It might be better. I don't know. I'll just keep playing with it. I don't know if I want to send it back, sell it, do what with it. I'm not real pleased with it. It's okay, I guess. fact, I don't think it's worth sending back to them and waiting a month or two or whatever, however long it takes, when I could fix this myself in an afternoon. But if I do, that might void the warranty. Dilemma, dilemma, dilemma. I don't know. But it did work.